Hi. So, I don't think I've talked directly to the camera like this in about more than 2 weeks. So, today is a very nice and hot day and sunny. It has actually not been like this for quite a while now, like at least over a week. It's been like 60s, cloudy, chilly, really unpleasant. So, since today is really nice, I actually went to bed super excited and I woke up today really excited, and I planned on buying a bicycle because I don't know why it took me so long to think about it randomly, but when I think about a bicycle, I think about more exploration. However, I feel like on a bicycle it might even be nicer because the places that I like to go, whether it's Mount Laguna or maybe it's like Lakeside or Alpine, those places I like to joyride on my motorcycle. But maybe even on bicycle it would feel even nicer because you're going at a slower speed, so you get to take in the views easier. Because on motorcycle actually, or even when I'm driving, it's dangerous. It feels so dangerous for me to be like admiring the landscape because I'm like, fuck, I gotta freaking steer left or gotta like stay in the middle of the road. And I can't actually sightsee in the way that I like to, whereas on a bicycle, I guess you still have to focus on the same stuff, but you're going slower, so you have like more time to glance before you have to put your eyes back on the road, something like that. So I did buy a bicycle. I will show it perhaps when I decide to go riding. So today is kind of like me overthinking things as usual, and I went to the store with Jose. He was in my last video, and he might be in this video also. I have no idea. Right now, he went out to go buy a bike rack because he did buy one. However, they had to place an order, so it won't get here until maybe Friday. And he will be driving back home, which is close to San Jose. So he would like to buy a bike rack to attach it to his car so he could take the bike back. Otherwise, it's not a big deal to leave it here, but he would probably like to enjoy it at home as well. So I can't go bike riding with him just yet. That's kind of a bummer because even though it's a nice, fun activity that I would be eager to do, I don't necessarily feel like doing it alone today or maybe tomorrow. Like, since he's here, it would just be nice to be able to enjoy that activity together. So today, it's so freaking beautiful out. It's 5 o'clock right now, and ideally I would like to spend more time out before the daylight is gone, because anytime it's nice out like this, my mind is constantly like, I want to think of some other activity that I can do outdoors so I can spend more time outside because it's nice. Because by the time it's the evening time, I can do my usual stuff. I can watch my movies, I could play some shit. Lately, I have actually started playing WoW Classic again just because I want something to play that's not fucking Dota 2. And WoW is just something that I've told you guys I think about all the time. I like to watch my old videos. I like to think about the times I was PvPing and Burning Crusade. I just always think about that game. So the reason that I stopped playing it rather quickly earlier is because I hate questing. I find it boring. And I also didn't realize, since it had been, over a decade since I leveled my priest from 1 to 60, that priest leveling is just really not pleasant. And I think I got to level 24 or something, but this time I decided, let's try a different class, just so maybe that class can give me some excitement compared to me just playing a priest and fucking Mind Blast, Mind Flay. I just don't like that. Even though now I'm playing a mage and I'm just doing Frostbolt, Frost Nova, Fire Blast, Frostbolt. But I am nearing the level, which I believe is 18 when you get Blink, and then you get Evocation at 20. Those are the main two that I'm very excited about, because I just hate when I accidentally pull a new mob and then I sheep it and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna bandage myself, but I have no fucking mana to kill it, so you gotta outrun, de-aggro, drink something, maybe you're in a cave, so you can't actually distance yourself safely, and it's a hassle. And I'm rambling a lot right now. But basically today I kind of feel guilty because it's nice out and I could easily do bike ride, or I could easily go for a motorcycle ride, which I really would like to, because it has been over 2 weeks since I've ridden. But today, circumstances that I always think about, where if I ride, it's hot outside, I put my helmet on, my head gets nasty after I ride. and my body gets all sweaty, and you know, you just really want to take a shower after a joyride. But today I already took my shower in the morning because I showered 2 days ago and my head was oily and disgusting and I couldn't stand it anymore. I wanted to go about my day today feeling clean and fresh. So I took my shower already and I did my hair. So if I went for a motorcycle ride, I would have to take another shower, undo this, and I know it's a lot of meaningless shit to consider if I wanted to just go and ride my motorcycle, but you know what? I can go tomorrow, and I want to make sure that I'm not going to just say that and then tomorrow comes and I'm going to be like, I don't feel like it, let me go the next day, because that's the thing about riding. I think this is going to be something that happens to me consistently, where I've talked about this before, I think, but the idea of riding seems like a lot of stuff to do before I actually get to enjoy the ride. You know, putting on the gear and all that, putting in the earbuds, putting on my, charging my GoPro, making sure it's charged. I have to make sure that it's charging up until I leave. Otherwise, it's a shitty battery and it'll drain after it's been charged 100%. Putting it on my helmet, making sure my visor is clean. There's just a lot of stuff. So I'll go tomorrow. I'll make sure I go tomorrow. And the thing is, a lot of my favorite spots are so far out, and I don't necessarily like the feeling of pretty major exhaustion by the time I get back from a joyride. There's times where I go to my favorite spot, Mount Laguna, and I ride. It takes an hour to get there, and then maybe getting through there, kind of getting back onto the highway, takes about 40 minutes, I think, because it goes like snakes up northwest-ish a little bit, and then it goes back down through Lake Cuyamaca. I think that's the right name for it. But yeah, it goes through that area, and I love that ride so much. If I could start there from here and do it like an hour round trip, that would be perfect, but I can't. So unfortunately, my rides end up being like close to 3 hours. And after I go through Mount Laguna and then I come back down the lake, which is a beautiful drive, it's all single lane, but it's usually not a big deal. After that, and I get back on the highway, I always like notice in my mind, I am so impatient to get home, and like my body is just exhausted, my mind's exhausted, and my hand is just like, I don't want to fucking use pressure to keep this throttle going. It's just tiring. So when I consider all of that when I'm about to plan my joyride, it's tough to go through with it at times. So hopefully sometime in the future I will be able to live somewhere where to get to these very nice places. It won't take an hour. Hopefully it'll take less than 20 minutes. That would be perfect. But yeah, I just went for a fetch session with Puppers. So unfortunately, even though we cleaned up the yard, it seems like she's still managing to get foxtails stuck in her body, and that really bums me out, because I don't like finishing a session and she's standing there panting and I'm just feeling her up, digging my nails into her fur, trying to get deep and to feel whether there's any lodged in there. And there always manages to be a lot more lodged in there than I expect, and they're all like pretty smallish pieces, so taking them out can be a little difficult. So I don't really know. Sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, oh, I would love it if I just had so much sand and I would just like spread the sand over the ground. But the problem with that is there's still a bunch of, I guess they're weeds, I don't know exactly, but like spiky things that stick up out of the ground that didn't manage to get cut down super low by the weed trimmer. So when you step on those, it's dry and it's spiky and it's not comfortable, at least not for my human feet. I know her paws probably can withstand a bit more than I can, but I still would ideally like to get her, you know, that nice, pleasant fetch experience where she's running on some soft grass, nice field and whatever. But it would also be very nice to just wake up and go to my backyard and get a nice fetch session in with her. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that here on this property. Interesting. There's no space here.
Is there space in yours?
Yeah.
The Cybertruck will have space.
So we're just on our way to Target.
To Target. Always Target.
Always going to Target. I don't know how shaky it's gonna be. Maybe it's best for me to do this while you're not driving. Actually, if I hold it. Anyways. it's Friday. So DTF is Ding Tai Fung, Taiwanese chain restaurant. I don't like calling them a chain because they don't have that many. They're very selective, I think, on where they open it. But, I don't know. Every Friday, I like to try to get some DTF because they're delicious. And sometimes you just gotta reward yourself with some nice food. And I actually have to say, you know, what's his name?
Who, John?
The YouTuber that always wears sunglasses?
Casey Neistat?
Yeah. So his reasoning, I believe, was that it makes it so that when he talks to the camera, he doesn't have to stare at it the whole time.
Well, is it because he has the screen looking at it? He's looking at the screen to see how it looks like, to see what's in frame.
Right.
That way he doesn't look at...
Right, but he wears the sunglasses so people can't see his eyes doing that.
Yep.
And I kind of get that because right now I like to hold the camera, but I don't want to stare at the lens. I like to just I'm like looking over here. But I don't know if you can tell. I'm assuming you can't. Because I am wearing sunglasses, but mine are probably different than his. Mine are still sort of see-through compared to his, right? I think.
But I mean,
Yeah,
no,
it depends on the reflection, really. Okay, we have arrived. Can't wait to eat some delicious pork chop fried rice. And he's got some braised beef noodle soup, 牛肉面.
You got some too, right?
Braised beef?
Uh-huh.
No, I got the other one, the one you don't like, but I like it.
Oh, the noodles.
Okay, I'll be right back. You watch me, boy.
Look at her run. She's so light. Usually she goes over there, I turn for a bit and just stare at the palm trees. Palm trees are nice. I love palm trees. And what do we see over here? You see a guy with his little cart. Very interesting. Let's get some fresh air in here. Oh fuck, I can't open the window. And just like that, that was only 30 seconds. So we turn back and we see my Hyundai running back from DTF. Oh, look at her. Oh, so styling. She doesn't know we can't see her though because that shit's in the way. Oh, look at her. Oh, there you go. Look at that walk. Hey there.
Hello there. Oh, hi there, sir. Hi, sir.
Well, they gave you a different bag. That's a nicer bag. It's a reusable bag.
See, I can. An exciting day for Jose Ramiro Contreras Guerrero.
Oh no, give my social security number too. So we placed an order for a new bike that was gonna come from the warehouse. That fucking Jared, what's his name? Jared?
I don't know his name. I think he was the guy we were talking to on the phone, actually.
Yeah, well, he said I was gonna be here
Friday.
Friday. It's gonna be 1-day delivery. And we waited all this time.
Yeah.
He said it was gonna be here on Monday.
Yes. Well, I mean, I do sympathize that maybe stock is low and
We could have just called some other
a bunch of other places may have been placing orders too, and he said apparently your bike didn't make it. And maybe I'm a pessimist, but when he kept saying I've been on the phone all morning with them, sometimes I don't quite believe them because I feel like they can say that to try to get you to sympathize with them. But anyways, the point is, it was supposed to arrive today. We were anticipating going for a bike ride today, and the place that I got my bike from, they didn't receive his bike, so we're probably going to cancel that deposit. I just called the place now on our way back from DTF, so we're gonna drop by and pick it up and buy it. It's the same exact one, same color and the same model, so that's good.
And my size.
Oh yes, and in your size. Sam, you're the good one, so patient. Hello. Samuel. Don't record you, why?
You hold this real quick?
They're actually quite light.
There you go, now you can record me.
Hide your identity.
I need to hide my identity. There you go.
You're so bad.
Alright, so we don't have the proper shirt here.
It's-
I never wear shorts, and especially this in public. God, people are gonna want my ass out there.
Oh my
I need
goodness.
to lower the seat a little bit.
Wow, he's sticking his face all over it. Hey, going back riding. Wow, all this preparation is taking longer than I expected. You're moving so much, honey. It's gonna turn out looking shitty. First up, we got Man. So yes, I made a mistake. I decided not to wear sunglasses, mainly because I was concerned that with the helmet on, it would be like pressing over here and then it would give me a headache. But I forgot about the fucking sun and the wind, so on the way back, we were riding towards the sun, which was sucky. I had to like look down, and I think there was a moment where a bug flew in my eye, and I think I killed it with my eyelashes. But luckily it didn't get caught in my eye. It's nice and cooling now. That was tough. I keep forgetting this is physical activity and exercise. I was thinking it would be easy. But you start feeling it after like the first mile.
What do you think of this last uphill?
I was on the second on my left, and then I was on 2, I think, or 1.
Yours has 2 gears, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I pretty much made it so I never felt like I was ever like stressed at pushing, because I think if I ever did, then I could feel it. But if I made it so that it was always somewhat easygoing, like I never wanted to strain, but I feel like you don't have a problem with that. Hi, so it is Monday, April 27th right now, and Jose went back yesterday. So he was basically here for about 3 weeks. He lives up near San Jose, so he's not local. I don't really get to see him regularly. And he drove down here because didn't really feel like taking a flight. I honestly wouldn't either. And oh man, I miss road trips. I keep thinking about it. It actually really sucks because I was really looking forward to going to Colorado this year. I was anticipating going around June. Honestly, I can still go, and I could consider, you know, not taking days off and just working there if I wanted. But I just don't know how I feel about that idea. Actually, it probably wouldn't be the best idea because I would need somebody to come here and take care of my cats, and wouldn't really like it if it's a stranger coming in. Normally, obviously, it's going to be a stranger, but a stranger that might be sick and whatever, leaving their dirty ass, filthy hands everywhere, you just never know. So obviously, vacation is going to be postponed, and it kind of surprises me sometimes when I think about it, because it has been actually around this time was when I was in New Mexico. And then just shortly after, in July, I was in Montana. And when I look at those pictures, I'm like, damn, it's been a while since I've done a road trip. And I was supposed to go in December and I didn't. So it kind of sucks. I keep thinking to myself, I miss the open roads and I miss the feeling of exploration and freedom and whatnot. But back to now and today, I am actually using... So me and Jose bought this plastic fold-up table. I don't know the size of it exactly, but we bought it because we wanted to play beer pong. It has turned out to be quite useful for me because I don't have a table outside of my desk. That's the only surface that I have. So I am just setting this in front of the couch right now, and I have my laptop right behind the camera. And I've been doing some work, and I have the door open because it's getting a little hot in here and there's a breeze. I ordered some pastries, so I will have those to eat soon. And I am probably going to watch over Interstellar soon because yesterday I watched Following by Christopher Nolan. That was his very first movie. It was a very short movie, an hour, 10 minutes, but I was pretty impressed with it because it concluded pretty decently, the story, in that amount of time, which is great because sometimes I feel like movies or creators, they don't really know how to comfortably end their story. Sometimes it drags on for too long. Sometimes there's extra random shit in there that they don't need, and I liked it. So Interstellar is one of those movies that a lot of people love. Sci-fi movie, Christopher Nolan. Two things that people think is automatically fantastic, and I don't doubt it's a good movie. I just remember that when I first saw it, I've only seen it once. I saw it the year it came out. I just remembered not being impressed by it, or just not thinking it was anything out of the ordinary. Super impressive that I would love the movie. I don't even know if I would say I liked it back then. I think maybe I was just neutral about it. So I would like to watch it over again to see if I would feel any different because I'm older now. There might be things I noticed in the movie that I didn't appreciate back then, and I just really don't remember much about it. I was skipping through the movie earlier, and I don't remember anything, so I'm probably going to give that a watch. Just earlier, I went for a bike ride. It was about 30 to 40 minutes, was it? No, I think it was about like 30-minute bike ride, just around here. And I realized, of course, that I don't really like it riding around here. There's just too many cars. It makes me very nervous riding a bicycle around a car, and it actually kind of drives me a little crazy when I hear a car coming and I can't visually see them unless I turn my head, because the first 2 times I went bicycling, I was thinking, holy crap, the amount of trust that you need to have that this car isn't just going to hit you is a lot. Because I was thinking that a lot these past few days. Every single time a car was passing by, I was like, wow, I have this blind faith that this human isn't just going to hit me. And of course, most people won't, and is probably something that I don't even have to worry about. But for some reason, that idea that I can avoid looking because I trust they will not hit me is a little crazy to me. At least on my motorcycle, I have mirrors. I might consider getting mirrors because it just makes me feel more comfortable and safe instead of turning my head for everything. But there's definitely aspects of cycling that I'm not too fond of. Discomfort, right? Discomfort is something I'm really bad at. So your hands eventually start to feel like shit. Of course, my crotch starts to feel like shit, and I'm wearing bike shorts. So my ass doesn't, but my crotch does, and I don't really like that. And I'm also very wary right now about my knee because my knee is still shit. I have been rolling it out after my bike sessions and doing a bit more of my knee exercises, clams with a resistance band and stuff like that. But I just try to make sure that anytime I'm cycling, I will never make it so that my knee feels extremely stressed, like not even in the slightest. So if I'm going uphill and I'm at a super high gear, I'm not gonna take it down by like 1 or 2. I'm gonna take it down all the way until I do not feel any type of like resistance on my knee. Hey guys, it is, let's see, it's about 6:07, and I actually feel like there's an area southeast-ish of where I live that I kind of want to check out just to see what it's like around there. And I guess my main interest stems from the fact that there's the city, right? And then this is like the part of, it's like the outer border of the city, the road wise, and then it goes out east, which tends to be less populated than in here. And usually those are the types of roads that I like the most. I'm kind of curious to see what it's like on the border, I guess, because it's like the last road that is part of the city, and then it's just green, or there's like no roads, so you would imagine it's just open space. And I kind of would like to, I'm trying to think about what places would be good for me to take Riley if I decide to bike with her. So I want to see if I can find a place with, you know, nice wide open roads. Hopefully the road is also smooth, just less busy as well, because it would definitely bother me if it was a busy road. I mean, she is going to be running alongside me, so it's better than her pulling me from the front. But yeah, I just want to go out exploring a little bit while there's still daytime left, so hopefully I find some nice stuff there. Hey guys, so I am on my way home, but right now I am in a parking lot of Outback Steakhouse, which I find very comical because I have actually been wanting some steak these past few weeks. It's just that sometimes when I order delivery from there, I feel really bad about it because the total comes up to around $30 for taxes and fees and everything after all of that and tip. So I'm reluctant to do it, and I haven't been wanting to go out and pick up food, not from Outback because the nearest restaurant is a bit far from me. But I was driving back along this random ass road, and then all of a sudden I see this Outback Steakhouse sign glowing at me. It just spoke out to me while I was at my traffic light, or approaching the traffic light, and I was like, fuck it, I will make a little detour. And even though I did just place my order, so it might take 20 minutes for them to make it, Sam, you're the good one, so patient.